Hi guys, welcome to Parque Nacional Los Alerces in Argentina. I got here a few days ago. After I last talked to you guys, I actually ended up staying in Puerto Madryn one more day, which was good in the end because I really needed the sleep. It would have been hard waking up early the next day. But anyways, ended up going to farther down the coast where I had been the day before, but to this lighthouse that's there, as well as the Loberia, which is where they have some more sea lions and things like that. So got to check out a little bit more of the coast. It was pretty cold and windy that day anyways, had a nice last day in Puerto Madryn. And then the next day I actually hitchhiked to Esquel in the end. So that's probably about, I want to say like a 7-8 hour drive. Obviously hitchhiking takes longer and everything, but I think I ended up taking 6 rides to get there. And it was nice actually. One of the places I stopped in this little gas station that's in the middle of nowhere pretty much, and grabbed a bite there to eat and use the bathroom, and the lady there even gave me a hot tea on the house. Because she knew I was hitchhiking, she was asking, and anyways, just being nice. So it's always nice seeing people doing things to help you out. And then anyways, I ended up riding with this one guy who's a trucker who took me like most of the rest of the way to Esquel, so that worked out really good. And actually got to drive through this area called Los Altares, which is this pretty area along the way. Most of the way it's kind of like pampas, they call it, so it's kind of just almost like farmland, pretty flat and dry. But then later in the trip there was this really pretty area with different mountain rock formations, kind of dry landscapes, but it looked similar to the northern area in Argentina, so that was pretty. Anyways, I made it to Esquel. It was nighttime. I ended up staying in a hostel because the plan was to stay with a friend of my couch surfing host in Buenos Aires, who's also a couch surfer, but since it was already nighttime, I stayed in Esquel. The next day I walked around that town a little bit. It's a small little mountain town, checked it out, and then eventually made my way to Los Cipreses, which is where the friend of the couchsurfing host lives. So anyways, eventually he was able to pick me up from Trevelin, which is this other small town. I took the bus there. Anyways, and so went back to that area, and I just walked around a bit as well. Really pretty in the mountains. This whole area is in the mountains. So anyways, that was that day. And then the following day, which was yesterday, I was wanting to actually come to where I am now because it was a beautiful day out, and this whole week the forecast is showing rain. But anyways, it didn't end up happening, so we ended up having an asado, of course. But it was really a nice day just to be out, even though it was cold, the sun was out, so it was nice hanging out. Another couch surfer also showed up who was staying there, so we all kind of hung out, had an asado, which was lamb this time. So lamb's bigger in Patagonia versus the rest of Argentina. It's mostly cow. Anyway, so did that, and then pretty much like Los Cipreses is really far in the middle of nowhere, really close to the border of Chile actually. So there's not a lot there, and it's really hard to get transportation out there as well because there's not much happening. So we ended up hitching a ride from there. Ended up going to Aldea Escolar, hanging out with my friends, and anyways, I ended up like playing with their kids half the time. And then we had dinner there, and then headed to Trevelin, where he has another friend. So we stayed at his house last night. And today I was like, okay, I'm definitely coming to the park no matter what, even though it's supposed to rain and everything. But that was like the whole reason why I wanted to come here, because it's this really beautiful national park. So anyways, again, with the transportation, there's not a lot of options here. So I walked a ways to an area where I could try to hitch a ride, and then from there I was able to hitch actually 2 rides to get to the park where I am now. So definitely glad I made it out here. It's been really beautiful, and the weather, knock on wood, has been holding up. Just like a little bit of drizzling, so I'm really hoping it stays like this. Sun's even coming out right now. So I did a short hike that goes through this one place, really pretty because it's pretty much autumn right now. It's not technically winter, even though it feels like it, but you get to see a lot of the different trees with different colors, the color change and everything. And so walk down this one path where they have this giant rock where you can actually see like petroglyphs on it, which is cool. And then it takes you basically up to this lookout, which is really pretty, where you can see the lake, which is where I am now. Anyways, so then I ended up walking down this other trail, which takes about an hour to get to where I am now. This is called, this lake is Lago, what is it? Just slipped my mind. If I remember, I'll let you know. Anyways, the port I'm at right now is called Puerto Limanao. And the lake is called Lago Futalefken, I believe is the name. So anyways, I've just been hiking along the lake pretty much, have had some amazing views. You might be able to see, but I'll show you in a second. There's mountains surrounding the lake with snow on top of them. So anyways, it's been really nice. This is just a small portion of the park. It's really pretty big, so I'm not going to get to see all of it, of course, but I'm glad I'm getting to check some out. The plan from here is to take the trail back and then continue up kind of the main road along the lake that also takes you to this waterfall. And after that, I will try to hitch back because I'll probably need to by that time anyways. Yeah, so let me show you the views and then I'll catch you up on the plan from here on out. Anyways, you can see all the pretty mountains. It's really peaceful here. There's like literally no one here because it's practically winter. Didn't even have to pay the entrance fee, which is nice because no one's there. Most people come in the summer. So I guess that's the good and the bad when you come in off season. Which brings me to my next point. Tomorrow I'm heading out. The plan is to go to El Chalten, which is farther south. Again, the plan always changes, but I really want to make my way south already because I've been in Argentina for a while and I need to keep moving. Trying to be back in about a couple more months, so it's June now. I need to get on that. But anyways, the latest plan was to hitchhike. But again, with the forecast, it's supposed to be a lot of rain and cold, and then also because it's off season in winter, apparently there's not as many people traveling down the Route 40 as there normally would be when it's high season. So that's actually still up in the air, but again, there's not a lot of good options with transportation and buses and planes and everything. So as of now, I'm actually thinking of still trying hitchhiking, seeing how that goes, and the weather has held out today, so I'm really hoping it stays that way and it might just all be fine in the end. But anyways, I'll let you know how that goes when I get to El Chalten, however long that takes. It might be a couple more days, but I will catch you guys up on the road from here on out when I get there. Talk to you soon. Bye.